Hello, and welcome to another edition of Comic Book Business News. I am Josh Goldstein, your host, and today on Comic Book Business News, we have some uplifting news and some new industry news. Unfortunately, today, I have no comic books to review. Some comic books are, some new books are arriving soon, so I'm glad. Also, I'm happy that the state of comic books is looking better, and I will get to that in a little bit. COVID-19 is optimistically going up. As I said previously, some of the big names who had COVID-19 are no longer sick. Like Prince Charles got better, Boris Johnson got better, Tom Hanks is doing that thing again instead of that stick thing. And other things like so uh, the other places are like looking optimistic. Like we have a $452 trillion package here being spun out to bail out the public and to mail off all these checks. Like here's your $1,200 check. Here's your $700 check, kitty. Here is it. Probably here you get it in your mail or it's deposited in your bank account, people. But really, this is a lot for the House. The House is trying to pass that, and that will benefit these people who put money in the industry's pockets because they can have money. What are they going to do with those checks? They're going to pay their rent, and they're going to buy comics, and they're going to be doing things like that. They're not going to exactly get rich off it, but it's benefiting people. And also, so it's kind of like a nice guy thing they're all collectively doing. And some to package it, they might have to put some small business incentives, which was getting frowned on by the Democrats. But if the small business might benefit the comic book industry by bailing them out, and also a little interesting thing. The Israeli government has settled on a unity government. I talked about that previously. So it's the unity government of will be Netanyahu for the first 17 months, and then Gantz. And this is an achievement for Gantz, his first premiership, and the first premiership from Blue and White Party. But so Netanyahu knew to get something he would have to give a little, and he gets to be defense minister or foreign ministry. He gets a high ministry, and he gets to probably run it a little from behind the scenes. But it's a true democracy, so it's a little limited. This isn't exactly the nepotism in Russia. So there's some other things. There's possibly people talking annexation, and COVID-19 news. Possibly the kids might of Israel's children, the children of Israel, might go back to school. So you might see youth school, high schools, even colleges opening up, and so they might go back to school. They might have some fun. They might play these children of Israel. And then we might see businesses opening up. It might actually be a fun place to live. I almost think the U.S. should actually lighten up a little instead of talking about curfews and and restrictions. We should lighten up. I mean, we criticize South Dakota and Texas and the southern states for lightening up under restrictions and letting people go back and do business as usual. We might have to have some business as usual. We might not have to want the northern states and places like California locked up neat and tidy. We might want it to be a nice place for 2000, the end of 2020, 21. Not a sad shack. Sad shacks aren't good. They have sad people living in them. Okay, and on to the industry news. Since there are no comics today, Ani Press and is teaming up with DC again for the comic book benefits to help the small industry people, and that is continuing. That is continuing to be talked about, and IDW is another company like Marvel Comics furloughing its staff and firing staff. So all is not good. Looking good for IDW. IDW makes such titles as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles these days, and many of the older indies get handed around. If it's not if it's not Dynamite, it's IDW, and IDW gets the rest. If it's not if it's not Dynamite's IDW, it's again feeding this. I kind of feeding this possible thing that I possibly the that let me drink something. That possibly that's feeding that's Dynamite Entertainment and IDW might merge, become this company that's to save money, where IDW might have to be bought by somebody like Dynamite Entertainment. It wouldn't be just Marvel buying them. It would be sort of a merger, and sort of they could keep their company going. It wouldn't have to be IDW gets, goes kaput. It would be a Dynamite IDW merger. It would be probably the most successful, and it would be a better business view rather than furloughing my staff. I mean, oh my god. I furlough my staff, I lose my comic book artists, my writers. They all fly over to Dynamite. into Marvel and DC. Probably if I'm working at IDW, I'm thinking how to do something, how to how to actually how to actually do things. Ooh, and and how to but you see I can. But hmm. But see if I see but on to other things other than the IDW collapse. They're talking about Kevin Smith and Joe Quesada, Big Quesada from Marvel, Marvel, Marvel president, Marvel publisher, Marvel president. Um, is are talking about another Daredevil storyline written by Smith. So this is more stuff for Smith, more more glory for Silent Bob. So it's kind of like a nice thing, nice thing. The guy gets some more wax. So and we have some news. There is one of the what industry publications was starting to say that maybe comics like trade paperbacks are sort of starting to um, be more popular. Trade paperbacks and digests. Perhaps they could cut the industry could concentrate on them, be more like the Japanese industry, have digests. We all want to digest. Maybe the future of comic books is online and these online accounts, and maybe every company would have their online account. And so enjoy these days of comicology, people, where comicology everybody can have all your comics in one linen basket, to coin a phrase. And you don't have to ride around to all these other places. And imagine if Marvel and DC actually charged and got that smart. They almost should have been doing this years ago and making it more visible in their Netflix and YouTube era. Are we going to we're sort of going to get a little, it's sort of going to get like that. Everybody's going to have their own account. Oh, it's only $5 a month, $12 every 3 months, but you would almost go broke at the end of your day if you had all the accounts in the world, or it'd have to be a major league big guy, because most people for their screen can't go have Netflix and Disney Plus, and there's almost going to be some fun and mischief um when it gets down for the comic books, or perhaps the establishment will win and comicology won't break it up. But perhaps we won't break it up then. And perhaps, oh, we're coming up on 15 minutes, but I think we'll make it 20 this time. And And Forbidden Planet is staying open as the only other comic book shop in Manhattan other than Midtown Comics, so you can pick up your comics at Forbidden Planet. But which side what is it going to be? Forbidden Comic Books or Forbidden Planet or Midtown Comics? I don't know what I'm picking. I'm picking Midtown Comics. If that's what you know, that's what you're thinking. But Midtown. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Midtown. But Forbidden Planet is doing another exclusive deal with DC. So DC's getting distributed at all the comic book stores all over again, but all the big ones who have direct market. So if you're in somewhere in like Staten Island need your comics, you could actually get them because if I would just order my comic, let's say from Midtown, and they ship them to me, so I don't have to go through uh, the ghetto and pick up Kovac 19 somewhere in Manhattan, which is closed anyway. So this is kind of like making like Shanghai Millionaires and a mad flying maniacs of Shanghai during the COVID-19. Uh, guys like Basie and Frank are saving the comic industry, but in comics case is Frank Miller. I don't know who Basie would be. Who cares? So um so it's almost the end of our show, but before I go, I will say that oh, definitely not. And it's possibly, and and I think our yeah, let's end it here. So from me, your friend Josh. I'll see you tomorrow.